So in this video we are going to see about the working principle of Murata air jet spinning, or we called Murata jet spinning. It's called MJS, Murata jet spinning. We have already seen the DuPont. He has developed the first machine based upon the fault system principle, but the basic limitation in DuPont machine is the proportion of edge fibers are very less, 2 to 3% only there is a edge fibers which are insufficient to cover the remaining 95-96% of core fibers. So the yarn spun from the air jet spinning or Falls principle are called fasciated yarns. So fasciated yarns are bipartite. So it is having 4 parallel fibers over which the edge fibers are wrapped over it. So these are all called fasciated. The main limitation in DuPont is they have only 2 to 3% of edge fibers which are not sufficient to cover the core fibers which are predominant. So which is not able to commercialize in the market. So Murata has came up with a concept called Murata jet spinning. Right? So the basic difference, there is only one difference. There is only one difference here. So instead of single jet we have 2 jets in the case of Murata jet spinning. In DuPont we have only 1 air jet, but here you can find 2 air jets here, right, instead of single jet. So here we are feeding the slivers as the feed material. You have normal 4/4 drafting system or 5/5 drafting system, right? So after drafting, the fiber strands are coming into the nozzle box. So this is the nozzle box. So this nozzle box have 2 nozzles. This is N1 and this is N2. That is the basic difference. In the DuPont you have only 1 nozzle. Here you have 2 nozzles, N1 and N2. So in the case of Murata jet spinning, you can see this have a separate motor for individual drafting system. That is a unique feature. You didn't have a common drive like in spinning. You have a separate motor and separate air pressure is needed here for air jet spinning. So you have a separate motor for separate drafting system, and you have a compressor for creating an air pressure inside the nozzle. Then after the air jet nozzle, it comes to the withdrawal roller. Then you have electronic yarn clearers like autoconer, waxing can be done. Then you can bind it as a bigger package. So that is the material passage in the case of Murata jet spinning. So compared to DuPont, major difference is you have 2 nozzles here, N1 and N2, which can be shown here as a clear one, right? So this is the front roller nip. After it is coming out of the front roller nip, it passes through the nozzle box. So this is the entire nozzle box, single nozzle box, where you have seen the green color. It's a nozzle 1 and this is the nozzle 2, N1 and N2. So remember here, the nozzle is stationary. Nozzle will not rotate. Only air is rotating inside the nozzles along the screw thread path. There is a screw thread path inside the nozzle where you are giving an air pressure inside it. So the air is rotating inside the nozzle. Nozzle is stationary, but you have 2 nozzles here, N1 and N2, which is placed immediately after the front roller by small amount distance of 10 mm or 15 mm. Right? So that is the basic difference. So can anyone tell me what is the purpose of having a 2 nozzles instead of 1 nozzle in DuPont? So here you have 2 nozzles. Actually N2 is actual false twisting nozzle. Only this N2 is an actual false twisting nozzle which is going to give a false twist. This purpose of this additional nozzle, N1 is an additional nozzle compared to DuPont. The purpose of this N1 is to generate or to create the edge fibers. The purpose of N1 additional nozzle is to generate or create the more number of edge fibers, because in the case of DuPont the main limitation is proportion of edge fibers. So to increase the proportion from 3% to 7 to 8%, this additional nozzle N1 has been placed in the MJA spinning system. That is the only additional thing. So in the case of N1 and N2, one thing you need is a air pressure. So that will add to the power cost. You need a air compressor and you need air pressure. So where these airs are rotating around 1 million RPM. So right, it is rotating at very high speed. So the twisting will be very efficient. Your twisting potential is very high compared to friction also. Friction, we have seen the twisting potential is very high. So here the twisting potential is even high. Twisting is very high because the air is rotating at 1 million RPM. But there is a difference in the N1 and N2, which is very important. Note down the difference between N1 and N2. Here it is written N1 and N2 are rotating in opposite direction. You can see the direction here. This is rotating in clockwise. This is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Both the nozzles has to rotate, or the air inside the nozzle has to rotate in the opposite direction. That is the first condition or first difference. Second one, the velocity of N2 is greater than N1. The velocity of N2, which is an actual fault system, is greater than the velocity of N1. So these two are basic conditions for fault spinning in the MJA spinning system. I will tell you why. So why you have placed N1? Because we have to create more edge fibers. When you want to create edge fibers, the N1 has to rotate in the opposite direction. If both are rotating in same direction, same amount of twist only will be added. But I need more edge fibers. So I am placing this N1 in the opposite direction. So it will not allow all the fibers to get twisted. So which will prevent all the fibers from twisting, so that it will create more edge fibers. That is why it is rotating in opposite direction. So that is fine. My question second is, why N2 velocity should be higher than N1? What will happen if both are rotating at same velocity but in opposite direction? Suppose I am giving 100 twist in N2. If it is rotating at same speed, the 100 twist would be given in the opposite direction. So here it will be nullified. It will become 0. Right? But I don't want 0. I need some amount of twist. As far as fault twisting is concerned, between front roller to the nozzle, I need some twist. So to have some twist, this N1 velocity should be kept lower, so that minimum amount of edge fiber should be created. Remaining will be acted as a core fiber. Right? You can see this brown color. Only this brown color are edge fibers, which are prevented from twisting by means of N1. After it is coming out of N2, as far as fault twisting is concerned, after the fibers are coming out of N2, the core fiber which are having the twist will be removed, and the brown color edge fibers which are prevented from twisting by means of N1, which is rotating in opposite direction, will get twisted. So that is shown here in this diagram, right? So here this blue color, which is a core fiber, which is 90%, it will be core fibers. These small purple color fibers are edge fibers which are created by means of N1. That will be wrapped over this green color fibers which are core. So here you can increase the number of edge fibers from 3% to 8%. There is an improvement of 5% compared to the tube part. Right? So that is the mechanism in the case of MJS. You are using two nozzles. So this diagram will explain you how the twist is changing from front roller to the delivery. Right? So here you can see the central portion is the core of the yarn. This is the core. Then it comes to the sheath on the right hand side and left hand side. So the twist direction on the right hand side is Z and the left hand side is S. So this is the front roller. You can see this is the front roller nip. This is first one is a N1 nozzle and second arrow mark represents N2 nozzle. So this is clockwise, this is anti-clockwise. Both are rotating in opposite direction, and the velocity of N1 is less than velocity of N2. So here you can see what is the amount direction of twist here in between N2 and N1 is S twist. Right? So here you have S twist. But after the N1, you can see the amount of S twist has been increased because of the twisting given by the N2. But you can see more number of H fibers are created. There are no H fibers here because N1 is rotating at high speed, will wrap all the fibers. But here N1 is preventing some fibers from twisting. So you are creating more number of H fibers. So between front roller to N1, the S twist will be high and Z twist will be very less because you are having some wrapper fibers. Between N1 and N2, because of high velocity of N1, the S twist is increased to maximum. The twist is increased because it is rotating at high speed. So the number of S twists will be high. Z twist will be very less. But the main thing, after coming out of N2, what will happen? All the S twists will become removed. It will become parallel because of the false twist principle. The S twist is completely removed. There is no twist here. But these wrapper fibers which are having no twist or which are having the twist in the Z direction is increased to a greater extent. So Z twist is increased. That is only a wrapper fibers or H fibers. The core fibers, the twist is removed because of false twist in process. So that is how the twist is changing from front roller to the delivery. So the basic advantage here compared to DuPont is the number of H fibers has increased from 3% to 8%. So still this 8% is very less compared to the core fiber which is around 90%. Right? So that is why they have again improved the model. The concept itself it is different. We call MVS spinning, Murata vortex spinning, which is an entire different principle, right, to increase this rapid, right? But it is not working under the false twist principle that we will see in the later videos. So this is the advantage of NJS, how the yarn is formed here by placing two nozzles. So that is the basic difference between DuPont and Murata jet spinning.